Dear viewers, Time to Talk is going for a new look, and you can see it here. We are in the elite locale of the Paparazzi restaurant in Royal Orchid Central Hotel. I have with me today a businessman who has seen a lot of success in his life, but who's also known as a very good man because he does a lot of good things for the society with all his means. The guest today is Mr. Dayananda. Warm welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are known as a very good person. How is it possible in a world like this?
If you have certain aims and ideals in your life, and you want to achieve something and you want to do good to the society, that is a basic thing. Always you think of good thing.
But you always wanted to be on the top. You always wanted to be first in all that you wanted to do in life. Isn't that so?
Yeah, that is from my childhood days. I have that high aims and ambitions.
Yeah.
In my student days onwards, always I wanted to be number one in any activity.
Whether it was NCC or your class?
Anything.
Or
whatever thing I have participated, everywhere I wanted to be the leader.
Okay. But was it because, there were some compulsions that you really wanted to excel, you wanted to show to somebody, or the situation you were in, or was some familial reasons?
Yeah.
Or
Basically, I am from a coastal Karnataka person, Bangalore.
Yeah.
Bangalore was my birthplace, and I had my basic education there.
Okay.
There people are quite enterprising.
Okay.
So always I used to see some leaders then, like U.S. Malia, Dr. T.M.A. Pai.
Okay. So you wanted to become one like that?
Yeah, one like that.
Okay. But also because of the intellectual atmosphere there, you saw a lot of people excelling.
Yes.
I'm sure your classmates also were doing quite well.
Yes,
so you
quite well.
wanted to show yourself as somebody who also had those ingredients, right?
Yes.
Then you did your BE and BL.
Yeah, basically I did my BSc from Mangalore, Government College. Then I just proceeded to Mysore to do my engineering in Jayachamrajana College of Engineering.
Oh, okay.
I did my BE and I did my law also from Shardalas Law College.
Okay. So that's a lot of education.
Yeah, I had a very long educational career.
Okay. But people who are enterprising normally are the kind of people who start very early and keep their education on the back burner. But you seem to have actually paid much importance to education, and even today that you really love education, imparting education, helping poor students do well in schools and all that, right?
Yes. Actually, education, what has happened when I was studying engineering, there's a dearth for, there's no demand for engineering graduates.
Okay.
And engineering graduates are not getting even 350 rupees per month salary job.
What was the reason?
At that time, it was about 1970.
Okay.
Lot of recession, just like present recession, it was there.
Okay.
So I just as a career, because I had one small, this one that I lost my father when I was in engineering studies. So I just wanted to, and I have a big family responsibility.
Okay.
So I just, in case engineering, if I were to fail, then to start another, to depend on some other reason, like that law I studied.
Okay.
So in case engineering profession, I would have...
Did you like engineering when you studied?
I really liked. I enjoyed studying engineering.
But you also come from an agricultural background, don't you? Or you did some agriculture in Mysore?
When I was studying engineering, because I am a person, I never wanted to waste my time in any...
But why in Mysore?
No, because Mysore I was studying, so I bought a land near Srirangpatna, and I was doing intensive agriculture in the afternoon, because the engineering classes, it's only in the morning hours the classes take place.
That was keeping yourself very busy.
Very busy, yes.
That's really interesting. You're a student as well as an agriculturist. And these two things were really apart, or did you actually see some kind of synergy?
No synergy, but still I'm a nature lover. That's why even in Bangalore when I came, I never wanted to have a house in the city. Okay. I just wanted to live in a farmhouse.
And now it's actually become somewhere the center of the city.
I have gone away from the city, but now I'm just drawn in.
Actually, once upon a time it was a little away from the city. Yes. In the outskirts.
But
out of the outskirts.
But today city has grown beyond...
it's actually in the midst of a lot of buildings. It doesn't actually look like it's a farmhouse.
Still I have maintained that greenery, and I wanted to maintain that.
Okay. And you call it Madhuban?
Madhuban, yes.
Okay. So after engineering and BL, then you came to Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Why didn't you stay on in Mysore?
No, because I got an opportunity here to start some civil engineering and structural engineering companies.
Okay.
So that in Mysore, I had one godfather to say, one Mr. late Govindarao,
Okay.
partner of Ganesh Vidis.
Okay.
He just was always telling that we have money and we have no enterprising nature.
Okay.
So he saw some enterprising nature in me and he was encouraging me.
Okay.
So that's how he just said, if you start something in you start.
But why didn't you do anything in Mangalore?
No, somehow I'm Mangalore, because once I left for studies to Mysore,
Okay.
I just had the link from Mysore people,
Okay.
and they were always for Bangalore.
Okay.
So, and Bangalore is a bigger city and more opportunities.
Okay, but in Mangalore, did you have somebody to support you? Because I'm sure that you want to buy some land or what. Did you actually have that kind of money?
No,
or, because
I never had money.
You did not come from a poor background. Certainly, you were quite comfortable,
No,
weren't you?
my father was a middle class family. We never had big money.
But you had some money at least, since
No,
it's a
not
startup.
no money at all. There's only one house, one property was there in Mangalore, which was fetching a small rent of 1,500 rupees,
Okay.
and that was sufficient for just maintenance.
Okay.
Then even now also I feel for enterprising people, money is not a criteria that is required.
That's not the most important thing. I think the
It's a
drive and
courage and outlook and drive.
But that's not sufficient, because of course everybody knows the bigger the risks are, the bigger the money, or rather bigger the returns.
Yes.
But did you actually think that way, or you just wanted to venture into things and just see how things would turn out?
No, actually, I started my career from a big thing only. See, all these, even in real estate, when I entered, I first not started from small properties. I started from big properties.
But they say that you took the biggest risk of your life the first time itself.
Yes, first time itself I took a big, very big risk. But I had one good supporter,
Okay.
one brilliant, brainy guy. Mr. He's also no more now, Tukaram Pai.
Okay.
Besides being advocate, he had a real estate business knack.
Okay.
So I had a big boost because of his.
That was the biggest speculative business that you did the first time.
People say it is a speculative, but for me it is a real business, because always I see positive side in the business. For me it's not a speculative.
Okay, but then wasn't it almost like by chance that people did very well, and you were in the right place at the right time?
Right time and right place, and I got lot of good opportunities. That
And
opportunities
does it
make a
actually
man.
mean that you need to be extremely lucky than be more enterprising?
That not only in this business or anywhere in life, one should be lucky.
So if you say that, money is not the criterion, but you need to really be enterprising rather, that's not actually sufficient. And if you have little bit of entrepreneurship in you, and if you have a lot of luck, that itself could take you far and wide.
I don't fully agree with you, but still I give a lot of credence for luck factor in life. But that is usual and common for any line. Any person, take any big people like Azim Premji or Narayan Murthy, for them also luck could have played a big role in their life.
But at least in their business, they, I'm sure, had to plan a lot, because you cannot start a business like Infosys overnight. At least you had to have a vision. But here in your case, I'm sure that every day was a new day for you, because you had to do something better with it.
Yes,
and you had to grow every day. It's not like you had a goal and you were going towards it, right?
No, I had a goal. It's not that I just like that I reached success.
What goal was?
Goal was that I must achieve great success.
Okay.
And
monetary or name?
Name,
fame?
monetary, and everything. And then I wanted to do a lot of social service to the society.
But why that interest in social service? You seem to be more of a social entrepreneur than a business entrepreneur.
Yes, because I feel whatever you get, like you said, luck factor. See, just God has given me a lot because of, say, luck factor, or my hard work, or my vision, or my enterprising nature. But still, what I got it, again, I have to give back. I'm a staunch believer in God. So when God gives you, and everything what I am today, or what I achieved a success or anything, it's all bullshit. It is a God-given thing. So that God-given thing we can't return to the God.
Okay.
So what we have to give is that we have to return to the society.
Okay.
And society also it should be given, because God's most favorite and most serving to be done is for poor people.
See, God is there for everyone, right?
Yes,
Whether
yes.
somebody does well in life, or somebody is poor or rich, or whoever believes in God, I'm sure that everybody feels that there is God in life. But if when you really had a lot of things in yourself, you had entrepreneurship, you had luck on your side, and you had a lot of people to support you, godfathers and all, and still if God did better things for you, I think he was unfairly fair to you.
I don't agree with that. So but I was lucky, so to say, and I could do. But hard work has gone into it. It's not that just God's grace only.
But is God an excuse that a lot of very successful people come up with? Because, you know, I mean, is it that, you know, you really know the secret of doing things well, and, you know, when people may just think that how one person does so well and so many people cannot, maybe that, you know, people like you would say that it's actually God who ensures that, you know,
God
you do
exists in everybody. It's only your outlook should be this one. See, in case you think always good and you don't think of any harming others and you don't think of doing anything bad to others, I think that God really exists.
But that's what something that you've been saying for a long time about thinking good and doing good and all that, and that's what you actually claim as your secret. But it's actually possible. I'm sure when in business there are times when any businessman might do at least something that is not all right.
No, I don't think so.
Somebody may be disadvantaged. Somebody may feel a little.
No, it's not. It's always business. If you think win-win situation, then this thing will not come. See, by harming others, you should not at somebody else's cost. You should not make money. At helping him and making money, it's a good aim.
So it's actually possible to do business in such a clean manner. Because people who know you also say that, you know, people have done business with you, you've taken care of them, whether farmers or other landowners, you have ensured that they get the right price and they don't feel disadvantaged, they don't feel cheated and all that. Is it actually as hunky-dory as people say?
No, it is really, in my case, it is possible. Even you will not believe me, farmers also, whenever I buy anything from farmers, even though they are illiterates, I don't know to take any advantage.
You also look at what you should appreciate in terms of pricing after a few years and all that.
Help me is my little bit so-called vision, you say, that forethinking, that yes, after 2 years, this property will get into this position, this property will be valued at this price. Like that, you have that feeling. So by not purchasing it at cheapest possible rate, I always give, not only that, even I have given extra rates to farmers. Many of the farmers.
Yeah, that's what they say, and that's one of the reasons why you have this farmer loyalty to you, that, you know, people stay with you. And looking at that, a lot of other people also have the confidence to sell their property to you.
Even 30 years back, those who have sold the property to me, and if they come now, I am ready to help them for their education or for their any other thing. I'll do that also, now also.
Okay, so they really don't feel that it was I mean, they were hoodwinked into selling.
No, they don't feel because they got the best price at that time. Yes, because prices have gone up later.
Because, you know, most of these farmers, when they sell lands, it's a desperate deal they get into.
No,
because, you know,
it can't be a desperate sale. See, for them also there is a win-win situation is that, because out of the money they have taken for this particular land. Part of the land, part of the money they have invested gone little away.
But do you also work in those terms that you ensure that, you know, they don't spend all the money that
we just advise them. We advise
but
them.
It's actually their money. They can do anything.
They can do, but still we tell them that with this money, with half the money you buy the same acreage of land elsewhere, and the remaining half money you keep it in the bank and earn interest.
In most of the cases when people go into land deals, you know, I mean, as long as they get the money, everything is fine, and they get the money and they spend it all and they actually blame the buyer.
It is generally
that happens in a lot of
generally true. I don't say that, but most of the cases we see that they again either by way of investing in other land, far off lands, they get the same acreage.
Okay. Is it actually because of your best practices that you are considered one of the biggest land bankers in this country?
Must be so, because I'm successful in handling these farmers and without hurting them, without hurting anybody.
You own perhaps the largest landmarks in Karnataka, at least as far as the commercial value is concerned. Is it true?
I don't say that, I don't agree, but I can't reply for that because but I'm holding considerable bigger land bank.
But you're also a developer.
Yes, I am.
You're not just a land banker,
business and he's interested in developing that.
But originally, to be able to see that potential in business concerning land, must have been such a visionary kind of.
I have got some attachment for land. I don't know. Wherever I see land, somehow it attracts me.
You feel like acquiring
it. Yes, that's my. Anywhere I go, even sometimes I go out of Bangalore also, I just get tempted to.
But you've been quite stuck in Karnataka. You had opportunity to start business in Mumbai. You did a little bit of business in Mumbai.
But somehow I didn't like that atmosphere there, and I thought, because a person should do business where he knows the language, he knows the people, he knows the culture, ethos of the people, like that.
But when you started out, you knew some of the best realtors or people in this land business in Mumbai and all that, right? I mean, you had the right connections actually.
Right, Ganesh, but I somehow feel their business principles are not that good.
Okay.
Most of the builders I have come across outside this one, they have their own different views about business.
Okay, but you've also facilitated a lot of people to buy their own lands, to build their own homes and all that.
I've done
right.
at least more than about 5,000-6,000.
But how much of a good that you do? I mean, when somebody is in this land-related business, it is very difficult for anyone to feel that maybe it's all as correct as it is projected to be. Even if you're perfect in your business,
true.
there is this kind of a feeling that, oh, if he is into real estate business, there is something kind of a thing. Do you actually feel a little irked by it?
Yeah, there is always, see, for success, somebody has to give some price. See, whenever a successful person is there, other people may think that his success is not in the straight way he got. Like that, there's a general philosophy of thinking of the people.
Okay.
So that we can't change.
Is
but
that
one thing, you should be good to yourself.
Is that one of the reasons why you really do so much of good work, philanthropy and all that? Because
that not,
that you really feel somewhere that maybe at least I need to do something good, to absolve yourself.
Absolutely, it's not correct. I just wanted to do, that's my childhood days dreams. It's not now that I'm...
That's why you wanted to earn a lot of money, to do a lot of good
Even now
things.
at this age, I just want to work all nearly about 15-16 hours I work now because of that only.
It's not just, I'm in education, helping poor children. People say, some people who know you very well, I must tell you this and let the viewers also know, they say if they really want to see God, they have to come and see you. No, you're such a good man. I'm really honored to have somebody like you on my show, because they say we don't have to go to temples to see to see God. We can see God in Dayananda.
See, I see a lot of people, God in so many people.
Okay.
So that way, I don't know if they feel like that.
But they say they've never seen such a good man. I really cannot understand how can somebody be a very good man. Do you really feel that you're a good man?
Because I'm thinking good always, so naturally I think I am not a bad man.
Because you have these intentions of helping poor children, and you want to do everything for poor. Everything you say is poor-centric. Correct? You want to give donations to schools which educate poor children. You want to give scholarships. You want to give free meals to poor children. You want to educate children coming from poor families. You also are planning an old age home for poor people, poor old people. You also have this desire that you want this country to provide facilities for everyone. So if there are no poor people and if everybody gets facilities, who will you be helping?
But at that time, lowest
among
people,
them.
Among them. Yes, always people are there. In every country.
Instead of just giving money, why haven't you thought of actually doing something that we may actually see that there are very fewer poor people, that more people have opportunities, so they can actually take care of themselves. You know about this. You give a man a fish that you feed him for a day. You teach a man fishing that you feed him for a lifetime. So instead of you also have a good education institution which you are part of, where you are imparting education to some of the children coming from the best families. But instead of actually taking care of poor, because don't you think sometimes the poor people may think it's advantageous for them to remain poor and take help from people like you?
Other people have a lot of opportunities, whereas these poor people, the poor children, they
Why don't you create opportunities instead of just giving meal and scholarships?
No, meal is just a part of it, because I am encouraging them for studies. In order to encourage them for studies, see, actually I'll tell you, when empty stomach knows no religion.
That's even what Swami Vivekananda said.
Yes, empty stomach knows nothing. So when empty stomach, what they can study, you tell me. So naturally they must be fed. I really appreciate that ISKCON's philosophy.
But you have a lot of prayers that come your way. A lot of people really hope that you do much better, because so that you can help more people.
Yes, I want to do. Now also I have got ambitious plans of doing so many things.
You also, what do you say, given a bit to healthcare. You've given about 100 dialysis machines.
No, 100. I have given computers to various schools, government schools, and dialysis machines to the hospitals to treat poor patients. Now also I have got some big idea. I want to, in case
you want to
and
start
hospitals
some
come
foundations.
Forward.
You want to be with. You're almost everywhere. And people say that a lot of people have also taken advantage of you.
That I don't agree, that people may think outsiders, but see, I'm an intelligent person, nobody can take advantage of me.
Okay, because they say that everybody comes and asks you for money, and you really, I mean, it's very easy to actually, and if you really feel like it, you go out of the way and help people.
Yes,
and so everybody thinks Dayananda Pai has money, so, you know, if you need for anything, like, you know, you just need to, you know, create a sob story and, you know.
Deserving cases only I just help.
Okay, but you have a mechanism by which you know,
to a
evaluate
reasonable extent I have. But see, when you help poor people, mechanism is not required, because it's not for merit students you are helping.
Okay.
See, merit students, so many people are there, so many institutions are there giving scholarship. It is for these poor people to study only. It's not that they should get a rank, they should, but I want them to have at least basic graduation.
But you give a lot of money away, but do you really, I mean, I'm not the right person to be asking that, I'm not from the IT or whatever, but you really need to have that kind of resources to, you know, spend that, because like what I hear, that you write checkbooks after checkbooks to help poor children. How is it possible?
It is possible. I told you, when you do all these things, God will protect you. So I just believe everything depends everything on the.
So you feel that, you know, all the wealth that you have is for good?
Yes, for good only. I am just major portion, not if not full, at least major portion I want to give back to the society. That's my, for that my brother's support is there, my son's support is there, my family support is there.
Okay, so how are you doing in terms of business? Do you really get the time to innovate? Because, you know, I mean, this is like a traditional business that you're into. You need to actually keep innovating, right?
No, see, lazy men, they don't find time for anything. Whereas a busy man finds time for everything.
Okay.
See, I have got time for, even now you tell me another 10 organizations to serve or this one, I am ready because I have got time.
Okay.
I do.
And you play shuttle.
Yes, that is my tonic for the whole day.
Okay, and that's one of the reasons, even at your age, you look so young.
Yes.
And people say, when in the court, that you actually look like a schoolboy. You forget everything, and you know, like
whole days tonic, I should say. That gives me energy to work till late in the evening.
Okay, and you're very active.
Yes, very active.
Okay, what are the other leisure activities that you?
No, I just have a lot of love for this art and culture.
Oh.
I'm a Chitrakala Parishat or any cultural programs. All I generally don't miss.
Okay.
I just encourage them also.
Okay. And everybody needs to grow old, and everybody reaches that age when, you know, most people assume that, look, I cannot do more, I'm retired and all that, you know.
I'll never retire, that is
and you don't look like you're going to retire at all.
I want to die in harness only. I don't want to take
it. Really looks like you have many more years with you to serve, do and everything, right?
If God gives me that reason, I'll do a lot of work.
Is it all to do with the thought? It is all to do with the way...
Thoughts makes a man, actually, I'll tell you.
It's not just in your health, right? I mean, you need to feel right to be able to do things right.
Yes. Thoughts make a man.
Okay, so you believe in positive thoughts?
I'm a positive person. I never think the negative at all.
You must have had some difficulties also.
Yeah, in my business career, I have undergone some difficulties, no doubt about it.
Okay.
But that always, whenever I have one good nature, whenever any difficulty comes, I always think some good thing in that. So that in case you go on evolving, then you find some good things.
Okay.
So that's my...
So your son is with you in business now. So your daughter was educated in the US, and she is joining you.
See, God in that way also kind to me, because my children, even though with this big wealth, they are highly educated, very intelligent. My son is a IIM graduate. He did his B, and from IIM Bangalore he got his full. My daughter also, she did B from a Manipal Institute.
And to be able to give this kind of money away, because, you know, everybody knows that a man who is born is to die one day.
Yes.
But everybody still thinks of hoarding money and, you know, keeping money for the future and all that, you know, like everybody thinks that everything is permanent. In that, is it difficult for you to convince your family that, you know, to go along with you, to say that, you know, look, I'm going to spend so much money, I want to do
Some
this,
of family people, they also know that I am a little bit incorrigible person. I cannot be, so whatever I want to, whatever I'm thinking, I want to do.
Okay.
So, but luckily, I'm very fortunate that they're cooperating with me.
But you have a great love for this country. You want to do a lot of good for this country. And what exactly do you see as the future of this country?
Future with this, seeing this political setup and present is, I don't think there's some difficulties.
Okay.
Because their outlook is not this one. Politicians is, election they spend such a huge amount. The same money they could have helped people, country would have grown. But now, having spent, they want to always recover that money. It's not that they just spend and just become parliamentarians or this one. But that is a very bad for the country.
But you must have certainly, dealt with politicians, because particularly in your business.
Yes, I have dealt with a lot of politicians.
They must have actually taken some help from you too. But the thing is that, why is that, people like you, who really are capable of doing a lot of good, who also have the resources, don't get into politics?
No, we don't want to get politics because politics requires not only straightforwardness, all these so many other
techniques.
Things, all other things are required.
Yeah.
And,
but don't
and
you
you
think
have
that's
seen
very
now
unfortunate?
some parliament seats, you have seen some educated professional people contested. They could not get even.
No, but don't you think that's very unfortunate? That
It is
people like you,
unfortunate
you have a lot of love for this nation. You really want to do a lot of
We
good.
could have done so many things.
But don't you think somebody needs to start, at least people like you, to take the leadership?
See, even you ask me, one man can change the destiny of the whole state. One man can change.
Yeah.
See, such person should be required, but unfortunately.
But you
we are
can
not,
actually be that, right? No, I mean, the kind of things that you've done till now, maybe people don't know about it, but the truth is that you've really done a lot of things. People who have benefited from you, people have seen a lot of good that's happened because of you.
Opportunities I get, definitely I'll be able to do.
So what are your plans for the future? Because I'm sure there's a very large future in front of you.
No, anytime any opportunity comes, I want to accept that and challenge, and I just want to fulfill my whatever the thoughts.
As far
I have.
as your good work is concerned, in sense with education and with helping poor people, do you really have some bigger plans?
I have bigger plans.
Okay, anything that you can reveal here?
No, nothing. As I told you, I am just after opportunities only again.
Okay.
Any opportunity, big opportunities I get, I want to do some big works to maybe politically or maybe socially.
Okay, but today everybody talks about the real estate having taken a big beating in this time of recession, and people also say it's only in about 3 cities that people talk about recession. That's in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Chennai. Do you agree with it?
No, it is throughout the world. It has taken a big
but in the North Indian cities, I mean, in a lot of places there doesn't seem to be such kind of recession.
It has affected everywhere.
Okay, but do you think it's a very bad thing for real estate people here? I mean,
it's a temporary phase. See, always in a business, it's a cyclic. Always once in 5 years.
You have to go through this.
You have to go through this.
But only
this time that recession little hard hitting. Okay. Otherwise, I have found in my last 30 years at least 4 or 5 times this type of.
Because you've been in this business for a long time. Yeah, have you actually, seen this business in a better way, that you were, recession-proof?
No, at least Indians, as Indians, we should be happy. This recession not hit that bad as it has hit European and America.
Okay. You're not just a businessman, but you're also a leader in your business too. Yeah, a lot of people can learn a lot of things. Do you have something to say to all these people who are in the real estate business, who are depending their business on land and all that?
No, my thing is only this. It's not only for real estate. For all the people, I'm telling always hard work, perseverance, and always good thinking. All these things will always pay a good result.
But that is not going to. Maybe it's worked for you. It may not work for everyone.
No, definitely it will work. Once somebody should follow that. If you follow that, I guarantee the success.
And you are an example.
I don't say that I'm an example, but if somebody can follow these things, which I have followed, and I have got a staunch belief in that.
So you're happy in the way you've led your life?
I'm very, very happy. There's no 1 minute I regret for.
And you exude that happiness on your face. And that's
always,
such a nice thing to see you talk. It was my pleasure speaking to you, Mr. Dayananda.
Thank you. It's a privilege for me to just have this discussion with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All my good wishes to the viewers. Best of luck. Thank you.